Hey everybody, Dr. Abby Medcalf here, and today I'm going to just give me 5 minutes and I'm going to give you a really quick way to have effective communication in your relationship. I know, so you're ready for that. It's a quick 5 steps, and you can use any of these or one of these and you'll still be a more effective communicator. How do you like that? So the first thing is, when you want to talk to someone about something, number one, ask permission. Yeah, ask permission. So what happens when we ask permission is that it turns on another part of the brain, and it actually has the other person, it stops the defensiveness or a lot of it, and really kind of hijacks the brain in a way to get them to a part of the brain that's thinking, that's curious, that wants to answer the question, that's already engaged. So that's the best. So you can ask, hey, do you have 5 minutes to talk about X? Or are you open to hearing some feedback about, what we talked about yesterday? Or is this a good time to talk about whatever? And then step 2 is wait for an actual response. Don't just jump in and say, hey, can we talk about something? Because yesterday we did, and go off. You want to slow it down. You want to ask permission in a real way. You're asking for them to come enter the conversation and then wait for an answer. So if they say yes, what you also need to do is make sure that you have their full attention. So make sure you have eye contact. So if they say sure and they're on their phone and they're doing something else, that's not, or they're yelling to the kids like, yeah, sure, what did you want? And they're talking over here. That's not it. And you can just come back and go, hey, I really need your full attention for this. If this isn't a good time, let's plan it for later. And you'll see people really go, oh, all right, and they sort of come right in. And this works, by the way, at work. This works with your partner. This works with your kids. This works everywhere. So I want to say that. But although I usually talk about our romantic relationships. The next thing is ask questions. You are so sick of hearing me say this. I know you are if you listen to my stuff. Too bad. I'm going to keep saying it because it's so true. I need you to ask questions and not make statements. So if you have something you're upset about, I'd like you to start with, can you tell me more about what was happening for you yesterday in the conversation? You can say like, hey, I know we had a difficult conversation yesterday. Can you tell me more about what was happening for you or what you were thinking? If you can ask things like, hey, if you had to rate our relationship on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 I'm a rock star partner, 1 I suck, what would you give me? That kind of thing. You can ask those kind of questions. And then when they answer, you can say, can you tell me more about why you picked that score? And is there anything I can do to make it a 10? You can do those kind of things. But let's just say you're in a regular conversation, and it's really about asking any kind of question that's going to give you more information about what is happening for your partner or the other person, why you were in that place. Sometimes when someone says something to me that I don't like, I'll say, how are you expecting me to feel when you said that to me? And that usually pulls people up short, because a lot of times they were trying to piss you off and then they have to sort of admit it. And this sort of helps the conversation get to a place where you're both trying to be loving, open. Again, if you're at work, it doesn't have to be loving, but at least on the same playing field and not passive aggressive or something else. So ask questions, ask questions. Then you can summarize what you hear the other person saying. So what I hear you saying is that you felt like I was defensive yesterday and that's why you got upset or whatever. What I heard you saying, or, let me summarize this. This is what I'm hearing. You want to feed it back because it's really important, because that's where a lot of the misinterpretations are, misunderstandings. And so it's a great way to make sure you're really listening and really hearing what the other person is saying. And then your final piece in that is obviously in that whole exchange, you're saying, hopefully, where it went wrong for you and how you're having an issue. And then what I would love for you to be able to do at the end is to be able to say what your standards are, what you need next. So if you're asking more about, hey, that conversation we had yesterday didn't feel good. Can you, say more about what you were thinking? And you say, I really felt disrespected. You can go on. And then in the end, you can just say, no matter what else we do, I really want us both to feel respected when we talk to each other, or I want to be always spoken to in a respectful manner, however you want to say that. I don't always know what I need when I'm upset. I have to admit, sometimes I'm upset and I just kind of am trying to stick to the asking questions and the asking permission and all that. And so I don't always know what I need. And so if you don't, that's okay. With any of these little steps I just gave you, you can leave off any of them and it's still effective. If the only thing you do is ask questions, if the only thing you do is ask permission to talk, if the only thing you do is summarize, it'll still be better than what it was before. But if you can put all these together, it's really good. And can really help you move the needle on any conversation in any relationship. That's it for today. That's your Connection Quickie. I'm Dr. Abby Medcalf. I help people completely transform their relationships in a short amount of time, even if their partner won't do a thing. If you haven't yet, find the button, I know it's here, and subscribe to the channel. I send these out every week, and I would love for you to get updates and get these quick tools that you can use every week right away. Have a great day, everybody.